What's up, Smoker? What's good, Smoker? What's good with you? It's crazy. It's insane. People like I'm surprised about I'm surprised about it. I'm surprised about how I'm doing, how you doing. I'm surprised about the levels of no. How about because I am from New York, I'm really used to everybody falling for everything. I got you. I'm doing that right now. I got you. Not too used to it. Because there's so many doppelgangers and copycats and stuff out here. And like I said before, like 8, 9 years ago, it wasn't like this. It's kind of weird. Everybody like fall for everything, and like they just like okay with silence because you know, like New Yorkers aren't like that. They're not used to that shit. So I guess today was real different, right, y'all? So it's May 24th, 2024. And it's like the stupidity over somebody else's fucking intelligence is crazy. Like, it's not, this is not, it's hard to explain. It's dumb shit, yo. It's people believe any and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they see a person, it's like, oh, I know. You waiting for a train? No, not waiting for the train. Easy. Like, I just get surprised. This is crazy. Like, it's bugged out. It's like people know who you are. So it's like for like the last 8 years, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been is had a car accident. I had so many things happen, and people just adding on to it. It's crazy. I haven't seen. I don't know. I guess since I gave my identity back, so now I don't know. Like, I gave my identity back, so I go outside and like I'm walking past two people. I don't know if they're a couple or not. I can't determine. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. And the guy is like, yeah, nah, she's great, but it's like you're a guy, so he obviously who knew who I was too at the same time, right? And the bugged out thing about it is that how many people that actually watch this was this part of, because it's like, oh no, but you know, like that's a part of your community, but who says that I'm a part of that type of community? I don't celebrate like I witness violence towards women and things like that nature. Like, that shit is crazy as fuck. I am one of the number one advocates of not doing that shit, and I don't know. It's just like, you know, I feel like that some people might actually think that I just would be okay with it, I guess. What that's about is really like, it's really bugged out. It really the fuck is. Like, it would make you question everything that goes around you. I got a kid, I got a son. That's one. You know what I'm saying? Like when you have a son, is like it's nothing different from having a daughter, especially when it comes down to, like, you know what I'm saying, domestic violence and things like that nature. And it's shown in different ways. Some people, some people don't realize, excuse me, like dealing with that shit, and because they don't call it anything else when it's stalking. Like when it's stalking from an actual fan, you know what I'm saying, like, or you know what I'm saying, like a fake promoter, you know what I'm saying, like down to shit like that, and it's a groupie thing. It's like it's a stalking thing, and it's not domestic violence because you don't live with the person, you don't have an actual relationship with that person, you don't have anything with that person. It's so it kills me to even say that it's a domestic violence situation, especially knowing that I never had relations with this person, period, point blank. And it's just like, people actually just watch, just like, oh no, that's funny. But this is the reason why I feel like most of this is coming back to most people, because they knew me and they knew my identity. And it's like they was willing to watch my identity go down the drain. And it's just like, okay, well, why is that? And it's just like, for somebody that's in the app. Now, mind you, you know what I'm saying? Like for what I was saying earlier today, right? Because my stream got cut. I guess I got shadow banned. What's up, Salam? What, you are very nice woman, my love. What's up, Khalil? Yeah, so it's like, what's up, y'all? It's Miss Uncut. Join me on YouTube at Miss Uncut MMCC. It's just crazy, like how a person actually thinks, and like how certain communities will actually think that you're certain things going down, right? And I experienced that shit time and time again. I didn't know that it was a thing. I thought, like, because like from where I'm from, New York, like I know New York and Atlanta is two totally different places. I don't know, and like in Atlanta, I'm not, cause I guess in Atlanta I'm not considered black, right? That's a part of me. That's a part of me, right? Because I do have black in my family, right? Okay. And I would just be considered black, but it's like, it's like, oh no, she's not black. So then you have people that's trying to determine if I'm not or not, am I or not. Another crazy thing about that is, it's like, well, it doesn't matter, because I said this on my live plenty of many times before, like when it comes down to most black or Caribbean people, they really don't care if you are black, like black or Caribbean, what have you, as an excuse, as it say, because they really can't accept the person for who the if they don't talk like them or can't influence them, they really don't give a fuck. It's hard to really, for me, it's hard for me to towards people who really don't accept you for who you are, and just because you don't actually speak like them, you know what I'm saying, like even like if you're white, Indian, Muslim, I don't know, you know what I'm saying, Ava, that's just me, right? And people look at me and they'll say, oh, like, oh, don't speak like us, and I'm like, okay, and I wasn't meant to speak like you, and I don't want to speak like you, you know what I'm saying, like, is that factor. But I'm gonna go back to what I was originally saying, right? So for me, it's like damn, and I'm talking about everybody. I'm talking about every race, I'm talking about every nationality. I don't really care to like who is this. So, like, you gotta change your lingo up to go date, you know what I'm saying, like one of the royals, because like I'm not a royal person at all. And people kept saying that during my life. That was another thing. And I was just like, what are you talking about? I'm royal. Like, wouldn't I be living in some type of like castle or some shit like that? I'm not sure, right? So let me go back to what I was originally saying. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was royal or something like that, wouldn't you think that I would be like put up somewhere where it would be safe because people do know my face, regardless of the fact if I was supposed to be in person. I'm not an impersonator of any kind for Nicki Minaj. I'm not an impersonator. I don't get paid to impersonate anyone. So if I look any familiar like anybody, hi, I'm Miss Uncut. What up? I'm smooth. Join me on YouTube. I'm Miss Uncut MMC. Your donations would be definitely appreciated too at the same time, because you know, like I left the Christian slave thing, sacrificial, cannibalistic went on. Is that part. I can't. It's like I can't be in that position to actually be disrespected. I've been disrespected by like no matter with Christians, no matter what, you will be disrespected. That's just how they are. That's just how they like the intense disrespect. When it comes down to Christians, that is my experience. I just experienced another Christian, and that was, you know, kind of crazy. And, you know, like I pretty much told him that I'm not a Christian. I'm not a believer of Jesus Christ and stuff have you. And I always thought, like when I was a kid, when it came down to Christians, I thought they was about saving their own. I thought they were about actually showing some type of compassion or something like that. I don't know. Like it was different. It was a different, you know, experience. Like, it was just, it's a different, something that I know I would never want to go through again. I know, like, I try to stay far away from them, but, like, it's like somebody keeps paying them to keep coming, something like that. I don't know what that is. Like, I just want to stay far the fuck away from me. Like, I need that in my life. If you're a Christian on my live right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you know a part of the fuckery. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like that you could just, I mean, if you're not a migrant, obviously, if you're a migrant, you could just walk in the church and be like, yo, I need a place to stay. But if you are a American or a New Yorker, some shit like that, that's not happening. They be like, what, you in a sleep? It's not happening. It's not going down at all whatsoever. It's not expected. Is that part for me. On top of that, like, y'all, it's like, damn, I just gained my identity back, and it's still hitting me. It's still hitting me. It's like, oh, you want it back like this? Like, wait a minute. It's like, it's my shit. Like, I didn't want anyone to have my fucking identity, number one, and then you like that gives them the excuse whatever they want. You gotta, like, people gotta realize shit like that. It's like, it was like a whole curse that was put on me, and I had to break the spell. Like, you're gonna be under this, like, who would have thought, like, who would have really thought it? Who would have really thought, like, yo, you're gonna be exiled and isolated because of this particular celebrity, and it's not even off of what you built off on your own. And it's just like, wait, what? Like, I don't mind people, I don't care who talk anyway, but my question is to y'all, is to people who actually have it up here, you know what I'm saying? Like, all of the times that, you know, like, because I get judged because of this part, and I wanted to say this for like the longest, I just keep forgetting about this conversation. Excuse me, this discussion that I've been having on my brain for like the longest. And it's crazy how even during the pandemic, And like I got a storage, right? I moved down to my apartment in 2018. So, you know, like out of everything that was going on, out of everything that you know was saying who I was, and when it comes down to the whole industry thing, the impersonator thing. Aviation security. Do not leave unattended at any time. Where people were just saying like, you know, like I'm supposed to be impersonator or I'm supposed to be Nikki, right? So my thing was, why every time that I stepped into the storage unit, it Nikki being a hoe or wherever I was supposed to be at, and she was supposed to be. And I never understood that fact. I was just like, most of the time, I'm like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? It's just like, well, you went into the storage unit. I was like, oh, okay, I see what happened. Okay, so I walk in the storage unit as self, but I come out as Sue, and it's like, oh no, you're still yourself, but now I'm like, so I'm not an impersonator of Nicki Minaj's anymore. Now I'm a hoe. Like, you gotta make shit make sense for me, because it doesn't. It's hard to really make sense of what somebody actually says. You know what I'm saying? When they're actually willing to themselves crazy on too at the same time. And I was just trying to figure it out, because it wasn't working out for me. I was just, you know, it was just something that I was really confused about. And on top of that, I was like, damn, so if I'm the impersonator, where the hell is my impersonator husband when it come down? I'm supposed to be Nicki Minaj impersonator, something like that, right? At that time, because, you know, like, I'm not no more, right? I gave my motherfucking identity back. So my question was, right? I am glossing on that shit. People, let me tell you, people are mad. Like, they are losing their shit, and they're like, oh my god, I cannot believe she does not want to be Nicki Minaj. And I'm like, no the fuck, I do not guess or even like believe it. So, but the question is, right, like, as I'm walking out of these storage units, or, you know, like, or have like a male friend or what have you, right? My question is, like, what happened to exactly what happened to me having a impersonator husband? And where's the impersonator baby? Like, there were actual people, now mind you, there were who actually thought I was really Nikki, right? And I was just like, but you see, my son is right there, and he is not 3. He is a big guy, right? My son is in his fucking 20s. That's the only thing about that. So I was trying to figure out, who am I speaking to when it come down to these people? There's no way in the world that these people could be that fucking delusional, and come to find out that they were dangerously delusional. I mean, these are the same people, right? You know, like, because I'm sure they wouldn't be able to fucking explain this shit to their kids, but their kids would have to actually ask, because, you know, they might be a little bit more slower and shit. It's that part. Because I see that the team that shit up, cause they was like, yo, we not in this shit. We already know who the fuck they wasn't, because they understood. They got it. When it came down to the adults, it was like, oh my god, I cannot believe she it's like they didn't believe in rights. The kids, the teenagers believe in have their compared to an actual adult. Who the fuck are fucking dumbass adult? Like, I'm so sorry, teenagers and kids and shit like that. I'm so sorry that these fucking adults out here, like, really though, I'm not getting that shit at all. I still, like, there are still adults out here where they actually think that I'm still like, I had an incident, like, maybe like 2 or 3 days ago. Really, somebody really thought that I was supposed to be Nicki Minaj's impersonator, y'all. The other ones was just like, they was just like, yo, we holding the door open for you and shit. Like, it was a beautiful thing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, oh, you want to treat me nice now and things like that nature. Like, you see what the fuck going on for real. I was like, okay. I said, okay. Like, I could fuck with this shit. This is the shit that I could fuck with. And I cannot believe to this day because I know. Okay. If I was any part, I don't see that happening. Maybe it is. Yeah, thank you, El Duque. Thank you. You said glad you waking people up. I appreciate you. Yes. They need to. They definitely need to know. And it's crazy because the kids, they see what's going on. But when it come down to the adults, they're just, and this is just a small part of life that you have to understand. And it's like, okay, well, when you see me, obviously, you know, like, and like I said before, there were people who really thought that I was Nicki Minaj. And when they see me, it's like, oh, well, why she's with him? So why you didn't say Nicki? They really thought that I was really Nicki Minaj. Why they didn't say that she was cheating? If they see me with a man, if they see me get in the car, because people are quick to say that you're with somebody and like, oh yeah, she's fucking this, that, just she like, I could just go and touch the wall next to it and they be like, oh my God, she was holding hands. Don't even know, I'm standing next to the person, don't even know the person, but I could touch the wall. They're together. But I guess that's just the way media works, right? So, I mean, why wouldn't this say, like, oh, we seen Nicki Minaj fucking touch the wall today. Like, did that make sense at all? I know y'all like, what? Yeah, that's exactly how I be feeling. Like, that's exactly how I be feeling most of the fucking time. Like, make it make sense. Like, what? Touch the wall? Touching the wall is nothing. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah. That's exactly what the fuck I've been dealing with. Okay? Like, that's what I've been dealing with. It's like, she go to her storage. She doesn't do anything but clean up what she's doing. The things that I'm like, wow. Thank you for telling people what other people be doing, because I didn't know I was doing such. I mean, shit, it's been since last March for me. Because, it's kind of dangerous out here to be having sex with guys, especially when, like right here, they cannot accept rejection. Thank you for tapping the screen. Like, they can't accept rejection. 1, 2, you know what I'm saying? They don't even know how to get into a relationship, let alone want to even have for a female. They don't even have compassion for themselves. It's that part. 3, they don't even, like, these guys out here don't even value women. Like, they really, stalking shit is normal, and they actually think that domestic violence is fucking normal. It's like, yeah, no, if she, if she becomes my ex, I still have to have access to her. What? You gotta have access to me. Like, what do you? You have to have access to me. What do you talk like? What do you mean you have to have access to me? Well, because I crave you at any time. Like, any time that I want you, I should have you. These guys are back in 816 AD. Join me on YouTube at Miss Uncut, y'all. 816 AD. 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 816 MMC. Make sure you scroll down just in case you don't know his name. That shit is crazy.